Welcome, welcome. I am so excited about the topic that I'm going to be sharing in this video. It's what I've come to call putting yourself into energetic alignment with whatever goal or outcome you're wanting to achieve and or experience, okay? And, we're talking about law of attraction. We're talking about getting your inner masculine, inner feminine energies into balance. All of that comes into play when we are talking about putting ourselves into alignment with whatever it is we're wanting to achieve and or experience, okay? So consider this the basics, the energetic alignment basics 101, all right? So part one, because there's, multiple layers to this. So for part one of understanding the basics of energetic alignment or getting yourself into energetic alignment, you need to understand the structure of how energy works, okay? So when we're talking about energy, think about the law of attraction, like energy attracts like energy. And it all comes down to two really basic understandings, two concepts that if you can grasp, this is going to be so easy for you, all right? And it's going to be the energetic signatures of wanting and resisting, all right? And understanding where you're at, where those two concepts are concerned. So let's look at the energetic signatures of wanting, okay? And we don't want to get lost in the wording, so we want to get in touch with how we are feeling and the thoughts, the belief systems, the triggers, and the emotional states that come from wanting something, all right? Because you can want something and be totally excited about it and just like you can't wait. You're like, oh, I know it's coming and this is the coolest thing ever. And, I got the tracking number and you're just, there's no resistance to it whatsoever. You're like a kid in a candy store. You're just, that it's coming and there is no resistance to what is whatsoever. And then there's another kind of wanting where there's an underlying feeling of lack and what it feels like to not have that thing that we're wanting. It's making us frustrated. It's making us doubtful. It's, we're not excited at all. We're like, God, I wish this would have been here yesterday, okay? And so when we talk about or think about it in terms of the underlying energies, that's where we need to really get in touch with what it is we're feeling, what it is we're thinking, and where our focus and our attention and our seeking is going, okay? And I just came across this meme today, and this is kind of what triggered this path, this teaching path for me. And it was, that which you're seeking is also seeking you. All right, which is so true. But what people don't understand is that there is, what you're seeking consciously can often be in battle with what you're seeking subconsciously. And that is what's going on 95% of the time, okay? What I call autopilot mode, okay? If we're seeking something in autopilot mode that is in direct conflict with what we're seeking in conscious mode, that which you seek is not going to manifest because it's what you're seeking subconsciously that is constantly, sending signals out to the universe to manifest, and that's what you're experiencing now, okay? So we have to be very careful about what we are seeking when we are in autopilot mode, all right? Because that's what's actually manifesting. So how do you know what your autopilot mode is, right? Whether or not your autopilot mode is working for or against what you're wanting consciously to manifest. Well, just look at the results that you're experiencing in life now. Are you happy with where your health is at? Are you happy with, your body is at? Are you happy with the state of your finances, the state of your relationships? Are you satisfied in any of those areas? Because if you're not, then chances are your autopilot mode is set up to not give you what you want. It's set up to continue giving you the experiences that you're currently having that you no longer want to experience, okay? So that's what we're going to, in this series of videos, start to deconstruct, all right? And get yourself into an autopilot mode, make it a habit to be able to attract in those experiences that you are wanting to have, okay? All right, so getting back to the energetic signature of wanting, the underlying energies of wanting when we are talking in a state, when you're in a state of lack, okay? And the feelings and the thoughts and the emotional states and stuff that come up when you're in that state, okay? So think about feeling in that state of wanting and pay very close attention, like really put yourself, really connect to that state of wanting, what it feels like to want that outcome or that desire and to still not have it, right? Really connect to that. How does it feel? Where is that feeling in your body? Where is that feeling at? Sometimes these pent up, and there's always balls and layers of energy, and it's like peeling them back like a layer, and it gets to be so dense, and you can feel that in your body because that's where it's getting trapped. All right, so these are real dense emotional spheres of energy that contain both your emotional states, your thought patterns, all of that stuff. And a lot of the times they can get stuck in your body somewhere, okay? So where are you feeling that at? Because in order for us to undo something that is subconscious, you have to bring what is subconscious into the light of your conscious awareness. And the first thing you do, the first easiest place to do that is connecting with that feeling and where it's at in your body. Okay. If you're not too familiar with chakras, that's okay. It just makes it easier for people to kind of really get in touch with where it's at and what it's connected to. And so if something is like, in the lower half of your body, it could be your root chakra, which has a lot to do with feelings of safety, feelings of where you're rooted, more or less it's feelings of safety. Either you're feeling safe or you're not feeling safe, okay? In your sacral chakra, it's all about what you're capable of producing, what are you creating, and feeling confident in what you're being able to produce and or create and manifest out in the world, okay? Solar plexus is all about your own personal power, whether or not you feel capable of actually doing that thing, if you feel it, whether or not you feel in control of making that thing happen. And the heart chakra is also all about love, connection to, yourself, other people, relationships, your ability to give and receive love is the heart chakra. You got the throat chakra, which is all about being able to voice yourself and express yourself and to get your message out and to get it heard. A third eye is just being connected to just connection, being able to clear the path to receive and give divine messages, right? To and from your higher self and maybe even to the higher selves of other people. So just feeling connected with universal knowledge. There we go. Feeling connected to universal knowledge, which you yourself are a part of, okay? And then the crown chakra is just basically your identity, your sense of who I am, who you are, right? And so, crown chakra up here, third eye, throat, heart, solar plexus, and then your sacral chakra is going to be just slightly below your belly button, and then your root chakra is, in your butt area, I guess you could say. I don't want to get too crude. All right, but just feel where you can feel, see if you can find where that feeling is at. And of course, it could be anywhere in your body. It could anywhere, literally, back, whatever. But a lot of the times, most of the times, you'll feel that energy being trapped what we would consider an area of a chakra. Okay, doesn't have to be that. Or you don't have to see it that way. You don't have to subscribe to that way of I don't know what to call it, but you don't have to, you know, believe in chakras or anything like that. It's just your body, okay, getting connected to your body and stuff like that. You know, and feeling what it is to want something and to not be experiencing it right now, okay, because that's where we start. That's where this work starts. It always starts with you and what you're feeling. All right, so you have to slow down and ask yourself, okay, how am I feeling in this moment about what it is I want to experience or achieve? All right, and then really get in touch and feel that feeling. And then what you have to realize is that feeling is the beacon that's the signal going out into the universe that is rearranging the universe to send you people and experiences, circumstances, situations, and events that are going to continue to manifest in your life to keep you in that state, okay? To keep you in that state of wanting, whatever feelings are connected with it, whatever thoughts are connected with it, that's the cycle that's continuing to be manifested in your life, okay? So stop and slow down real quick and really get connected to all the thoughts, all the feelings, all the images that are popping up in regard to wanting to experience that goal or that outcome, okay? All right. All right, so again, you got to think of your goal and you have to think of yourself. And there's kind of like a channel in between yourself and that goal and or that experience or that outcome. And your feelings and your thinking is either what's going to fill that channel up with things that are going to keep you in that thing apart, or it's going to be using that channel like a magnet to finally get you and that thing connected, right? So that's what we have to do. So right now, if you're in a state of wanting in a manner where it's clogging that channel up, where the two of you and your outcome just can't seem to make it together, or even if you do connect with that outcome, it's going to continually like pull you apart, where it's never steady, right? The results that you're experiencing are never consistent, they're never steady, they can't be maintained, right? And so this work, learning how to put yourself into energetic alignment with your goal and or your outcome, is all about clearing that channel of the gunk, the stuff that is keeping you and that thing apart, and keeping it clear and making yourself a magnet so that you and that thing can just boom, get together and stay together, okay? All right, so I'm hoping that is making sense, okay? Because this is part one of the basics, all right, is learning the energetic signatures of the signals you are putting out into the universe that continues to pull back to you people, relationships, circumstances, and events that's going to keep you in that state that you are in when you're thinking about that goal or feeling into that goal and stuff like that, okay? How long have we been on here? I think I'm going to go ahead and pop off here and then start part two so that you can kind of do these in little chunks. So make sure you go look for part two of this video on my channel.